Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to talk today about the the energy that we put into something when we do something, how we do it, what we put into it. Because I think it's super important how we approach things and the vibe we have, the energy, the emotion that we have, the intention that we put into something, because that is the thing that people feel, that people realize that you have put into something, because it's visible. It's absolutely visible. I mean, if you think about when you walk into a room and there's two people sitting there and they're not saying anything, but you can feel something isn't right. Yeah, you can just sense it. It's just we just sense these things. And it's quite obvious they had some sort of argument before you walked in there, but they don't say anything. They just put the smile on, but you can feel there's a current. That's what I talk about. I'm talking about that subtle energy. And when you do something, yeah, when you make something, or when you cook a meal, or when you do your job in your office, or if you work in a store, whatever it is that you do, that energy you put into what you're doing, when you exercise, whatever it is, the result of what is going to come out of that is definitely going to reflect the energy that you put into it. Does that make sense? I'm always amazed at when I write my books and people give me feedback about them, and the parts that they really that touch them, or that they've enjoyed reading, or that they've felt something, are the parts that I wrote when I put that emotion the into the writing, when I was doing the writing, when I was doing the work. That emotion I had, that is what the people feel. So when the parts that I wrote, that maybe at that time I thought, oh, I just got to get through this piece, I'm just going to get through it, I never get comments about those parts. But the parts where I felt really sad when I was writing something and I put my energy in there, or I felt really positive and optimistic and I put my energy that I felt in the writing, those are the parts that people really connect with. And that is the same when we do anything in life, like when we cook a meal. The times when we cook with a passion and a love, or just a really gentle feeling of, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing here, the food tastes different. It does, right? It does. It is just something that we put into what we do. An artist, when they make a painting or a drawing, when they put some sort of emotion that they feel into their creativity, into that thing they create, you can sense that. You can sense it, right? And so have a think when you do anything, even when you do your job. Even though your job might be boring and you might feel like, oh, I don't like this job. I'm not a big, I don't want to do this job anymore. I hate my job. When you go in to your office, or when you go into the store, or wherever your job is, that is going to reflect in the environment that you are in, right? So if we can learn to shift it just a little bit, you don't have to turn into somebody that's like, oh yay, I love my job, when you don't like it. Yeah, I mean, that's not the point here. That's just forcing something. But maybe you can take a step back and you can say, well, yeah, I really don't like this job. However, this job is giving me some money, and because I have this money, I can buy food, I can maybe have a place to live. So there is something good about this job that I have, even though I'm not really liking it right now. At this moment in time, this is what I need to do to survive. This is what I need to do to maybe move to a better job that I want one day. Yeah, the same in a house. If you live in a place that you don't like, but that's all you can afford right now, then maybe start shifting the approach to your home. You know, excuse me, if you have just like one room that you live in, try and make the room really beautiful. Doesn't matter how it looks on the outside. It's how it is when you step into it. You know, pick a flower in the park, if it's illegal obviously, but you know, just a little flower, put it in a ketchup bottle or something. You don't even need to buy a big beautiful glass jar for flowers. You know, you can just make things really simple for yourself. Get some cheap wool and knit, crochet yourself something. You know, it doesn't have to be something expensive to make your home a beautiful place. Little things make your home. It's actually the little things, those personal things, that make things special. And then when you change your approach and you put energy into your home that's like more gentle, and an energy that's like contentment and a little bit of, you know, yeah, I love, this is my home, this is my safe space. Your home's energy will start to change, and the people you live, and same with work, the people you work with, when you start to shift your energy in your job, in your place of work, the people around you will start to shift too. Slowly. You know, this isn't something that happens in a week or even a month. It takes work. You know, when we want to shift stuff, it takes a little bit of work. We have to just put in the effort. I have said this before. If you want to play in a symphony orchestra, you don't pick up that violin and a week later you play in the orchestra. No, you practice years, decades, until you can get an audition to get into that symphony orchestra to play whatever it is you want to play. So things like this take a little bit of work, but it's not undoable. And you will see in a few months, you will start to see shifts around you. If you learn to change your approach, change your energy, just shift it just a little bit, like, you know, just little things. When you walk into the office in the morning, smile at the doorman, or smile at your colleague in the shop, or whatever, you know, wherever it is, just nod and say hello, and that's it. You don't have to start to become this bubbly, oh, hello everyone. You can just give a little smile and a nod, and when you go make a coffee for yourself, offer for somebody else. And if you're the only one that does it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because eventually people are going to start, at some point, someone else will say, oh, do you want a coffee? I'm going to make one. You know, it doesn't have to be, you don't do these things. This is the thing. You don't do these things because you want other people to do the same for you. No, 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 no. You do these things because you want to do it for yourself. That's what it is. You do it so that you change your energy in the world. And when you start to change your energy in the world, when you put out good energy and you put just good intention into everything that you do, your own personal energy vibration will lift. It will lift. It's no other way for it than to lift. The more healthy and good intentions you put into things that you do, you will lift at some point. And yes, maybe people will react to that in a good way. Most of the time they do. Sometimes they don't. Does it matter? No, because you're not doing it to get a result or a reaction from them. You get this so that you feel good. Selfish? Maybe, but I don't think it's a bad selfish. We need to look after ourselves, right? We need to lift ourselves up, but not in a hurtful way, not in a way that's only for like an hour, you know, like, oh, I'm going to go party, drink, do whatever so I can be happy. And then when I come home and then the next morning I feel like horrible. Yeah, that's not joy. That's just a rush to grab something quickly, to fix a quick problem. And it's not a long-term process of shifting your energy so that it vibrates at a higher frequency. So I've been mumbling about this energy idea. Let me know what you think about this, because I think it's interesting how we can do with little things, just little things. We can shift our vibration and put our healthy intent into things that we do, and that just changes our inside for the better, I think. So yeah, thank you for listening. I will speak to you soon. Bye.